If I'm at LaFleur, man, I got this one. I got this one right here in week 5. And definitely nothing right there in week 16 circled on my calendar. Because ain't no way I'm about to sit up here with a straight face and come into that game and not be pissed. Welcome everybody to the CheeseHead Connection podcast. I am your host, Chris Wilson, and today is the very first episode of CheeseHead Connection podcast here on YouTube. You can also find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and wherever you get your podcasts. I'd like to welcome you to the very first episode of CheeseHead Connection. Just a little bit about the channel and the content that you will be getting is basically just going to be a platform where we connect. You can think of it as chopping it up at the barbershop, at the bar, talking a little football, talking some stats, overreacting, over-exaggerating, whatever you want to do. We doing it right here on this podcast. You can find this podcast also in video form right here on YouTube. It's youtube.com/CheeseHead Connection. Right here. Make sure you tell a friend. Make sure you subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And make sure you stay tuned for more content here at CheeseHead Connection Podcast. And today on tap for today, we are going to just get into some basics here before training camp. Training camp is right around the corner. And what is it? Less than a week? Today is Tuesday for me. So I say about a week and a couple of days, man. And we're going to get up and rolling. We got some things that we need to go over. Some things that y'all probably have already heard in nauseum, because I know I've heard them in nauseum. And just some stuff we need to go ahead and talk about maybe one more time before the brand new season starts. This is one of two podcasts I will have. This is the regular CheeseHead Connection podcast. We'll basically try to break down stats, metrics, little bit of feeling here, little bit of feeling there, opinions. It's not all facts based, little bit of everything in between, kind of try to keep it clean, keep it, PG-13 at the least. But I also have another podcast that I'll be doing, and that one is called CheeseHead Connection Unhinged. CheeseHead Connection Unhinged will be a little bit more rated R. Well, and sometimes it might be a lot more rated R. But that one will be more, I guess you can say, ranty, more of just expressing frustrations of stuff going on. And I also want to make that a podcast that, you can get your thoughts and comments off and get stuff off your chest as well. Like I said, I'm on YouTube. It's youtube.com/CheeseHead Connection. I'm also on TikTok. That's tiktok.com/CheeseHead Connection. I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/CheeseHead Connection. Instagram is CheeseHead Connection. It's Twitter, well, the app formerly known as Twitter, I should say X. I'm sorry, I'm 43. I know it is Twitter. Y'all got to forgive me. I might do that every now and then from time to time to call it Twitter. X.com/cheese_connect. Basically, everything is CheeseHead Connection except for the Twitter. But if you type in CheeseHead Connection, you can find me. You can leave your comments on any one of those platforms. You can also leave your comments at cheeseheadconnection@gmail.com. I'll go through. I'll read the comments. You can do questions, concerns, anything. And the CheeseHead Unhinged platform will be for those questions, and I will answer them and respond to your comments right here on this platform on CheeseHead Connection Unhinged. But right now, we are at episode 1 of CheeseHead Connection podcast, and for today, we're going to start off a little simple. A record prediction for the 2026 season. I have my record prediction. I would love to hear you guys' record predictions, and I will go over in small detail why I feel the way I feel about the record that I predicted. And if you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. So we can start off right here and just bear with me a second. I am going to share my screen with you guys. For those who are watching on the YouTube or Spotify platform, you'll be able to see this. For those in audio form, don't worry about it. I'm going to walk you through it, talk you through it. It's all good. This is my predictions for the 2026 season. As you can see, the Dubs and the L's are there, but I am going to go over how I feel about the games. And it's a couple of games, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I picked them as either a win or a loss, but it could either flip-flop either way. So I just figured, hey, the record is still going to be the same. But as you can see right here at the Minnesota Vikings, week 1, 12 o'clock opponent, dub. And the only reason I say that's a dub is because it's week 1. It's unpredictable. But majority of the time, a team that is coming back with the same scheme, mostly the same players on the offensive side of the ball, I should say. I think that team normally does a little bit better in week 1 versus a team that's trying to start over, like with new quarterbacks or a new offensive scheme, offensive coaching staff, or whatever you may try to put, a new coaching staff or whatever. I know we have a new coaching staff on defense, but like I said, I think the offensive side of the ball has so much continuity, and we getting so many players back that we did not have week 1. We're getting Jaden Reed back. Jaden Reed came back for the playoffs, but we got a 100% full, healthy Jaden Reed. Christian Watson will be back. Tucker Kraft will be back for week 1. And we also got Zach Tom should be good to go for week 1. The rest of the offensive line I'll get to in just a second, but we just going to stop right there. Most of our core players are coming back. We're expecting a big breakouts from Matthew Golden, a breakout year maybe from Savion Williams. Can he become an X factor in the offense? I know it's a lot of people that think he's an X factor. I'm included in that. I think Savion will be a surprise this year. Hopefully he will be way better than what we all expect, and we definitely will be, A-OK with a core 4. This wide receiver core, but I don't want to ramble, but I just want to get this out. This wide receiver core, to me, reminds me so much of the young days with Jordy, Greg Jennings, Donald Driver, James Jones. We just missing the veteran in that group. Donald Driver was the veteran, but now, we got all young guys, which is cool, but it's just like the talent level to me is, is similar. I ain't gonna say it's the same because, Jennings was a dog, Jordan was a dog at that time, and Donald Driver, we already know who Donald Driver was. He was a dog way before they got there, and he was just going on the backside of his career. But yeah, this gives me that vibe. And last time we had some wide receivers, and I'm speaking of, Super Bowl was in play. But I'm getting ahead of myself, so let me get back to what I was talking about. Week 1 at Minnesota, I got that as a W. The continuity of the offense for us, I know we have uncertainties on defense, but I think we have enough pieces together, and we'll have enough time. And being that their offense won't be as crisp, I think our new defense will trump their new offense. It's a lot of uncertainty in Minnesota. Minnesota's had a lot going on this whole offseason. They ain't too long hired a GM. They went through the draft without a GM, so it's a lot going on over there. So I give them the dub. But I will say Minnesota might be in last place, but I don't think they're gonna be as bad as some people think. They might be a little bit better, but being that it's week 1, even though it's on the road, I give us the W. Okay. Week 2 at the New York Jets. I don't even have to stay on this long. The Jets are the Jets. And we all know what the Jets are. So the Jets are the Jets. We're going to just put that a dub and move on along. Week 3 home opener, Thursday night football, Atlanta Falcons. Falcons, same thing as the Vikings. Who's the quarterback? Is it Michael Penix? Is it Tua? New coaching staff coming in. Kevin Stefanski coming in. I mean, same scenario, and it's still early in the season. Week 3, NFC South team. That's like the weakest division in football. I apologize to all my New Orleans Saints fans out there. My whole family is that, but I'm just calling a spade a spade. It's the weakest division in football, and I don't see Atlanta. I don't see Atlanta doing too well, whether it's Penix or Tua. Atlanta has nice offensive pieces. You got Kyle Pitts, you got Drake London, you got Bijan Robinson. They got a nice they got some nice skill position players, but I think it's gonna take them another year or two to put all that together. And I think they have to figure out their quarterback situation. So I think they might be all right maybe in the next following years. Let's say if Penix can take a step, I think Tua is Tua at this point, and he's just going to be who he's going to be. I don't think he's going to be nothing else, nothing more, nothing less than what he is. And if I had to pick out of the two, it's going to be less and not more. So that's a dub, and it's at home opener. Yeah, that's the dub, man. Tampa Bay. I know y'all see an L. Now, a lot of y'all might disagree with this one. Tampa Bay, only reason I know everybody say they don't have Mike Evans anymore. And they have a young wide receiver core. Emeka Egbuka looks like he might be a stud. He might have a breakout year. A lot of people still are not sold on Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield is a very good quarterback. I wouldn't put him in like top 10 category, but like that tier right under there, the 11 to 15 range, he's definitely right there. I mean, and Baker's been solid for him. And Baker can win some games. The only reason I put a loss on this is because it's Florida. And I know some of y'all are screaming into your speakers and screaming at your phone or your TV or your laptop or wherever you watching this or listening to this and saying it's not real. I know we won the last, 3 games in Florida, but it's just something about Florida early in the season that we just don't play very well. I know we beat Jacksonville. What was that, 24th season down there? I can't remember exactly what week that was. I believe it was like I think it was early in the season. It might have been about week 6, week 7, somewhere in there, like the middle of the season. I'm not for sure. But it's going to be hot, people. It's going to be hot, people. And I really feel like late in the season, cold weather teams have an advantage over warm weather teams when November, December, January rolls around. I think the same thing about cold weather team going in the warm environments early in the year. It's a different environment, and it's not just hot. It's going to be humid. I've been to Tampa many a times. It's freaking hot. And I think that's gonna play a role, especially early in the season where we're trying to get your wind under you, trying to get your conditioning going, and just the overall record in Florida over the past years. I know recently we went down there and won, but just over the past years, I'm just gonna say that's gonna be an L. That'll be the first one. First L of the year will be at Tampa Bay. I don't know why they got 7:15 right here. I apologize. I think that's a 12 noon game. Yeah, just look over the times. Just look over the times right now. I just try to hurry up and make a graphic for this. I apologize for that. But that is a 12 noon game, not a 7:15 game. And then week 5 versus the Chicago Bears. Everybody knows how we feel about the Chicago Bears. No words need to be spoken on how much hatred it is between these two squads. No words have to be said about all of the offseason nonsense that's been going on with these squads. And it is what it is. That is a 3:15 game, by the way, not a 12 o'clock game. These times are all screwed up. But we all heard about the hype behind Caleb Williams. We all know that ESPN as some people, some execs, some coaches, I don't know how many, I don't know how broad or how few it was, but they feel like Caleb Williams is a top 10 quarterback. and he gonna have to prove it. Can he prove it? I don't know. I don't know if he's able to prove it or not, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to prove it or not. I say no. I say he's not gonna be able to prove it. This game in particular, Lambeau Field, the first rematch since the NFC wild card. I call it the debacle, the defensive debacle. But that's a different discussion for a different day. We're doing the schedule right now. I ain't gonna get into that right now. I'm gonna hold that off for another day. But this is the first one. And depending on what both teams do in the first 5 weeks of the season, this could either be a barn burner or this could either be a blowout or it could be a knockdown drag out. Either or. I'm going to say, being that it's early in the season, week 5, one of the best games of the year. I'm going to call that. This one is going to be one of the best games of the year because it's going to be early. The hype is going to be still there. The animosity is definitely going to be still there. And I mean, both teams are going to want to beat both teams. And I hope and pray both coaches want to come out. And when I say both coaches, y'all know I mean I coach, man. Because y'all know Ben Johnson disrespected us real bad. Well, disrespected the coaching staff, I should say, real bad last year. So that means, I mean, if I'm Matt LaFleur, man, I got this one. I got this one right here in week 5. And definitely that one right there in week 16 circled on my calendar. Because ain't no way I'm about to sit up here with a straight face and come into that game and not be pissed because the little pimp squeak coach over there in Chicago straight up disrespected me and my whole coaching staff. You know, he said, F the Packers. F them. F the whole coaching staff. F the whole staff. He didn't say coach staff, he said the whole staff. So that could mean the assistant coaches all the way down to the water boy, all the way down to the tile boy, all the way down to the dude that cleaned the floors in Lambeau. He said the whole staff. We don't know who the whole staff is. The whole staff could be the whole staff. We don't know. That game right there, if I'm Coach LaFleur, I'm ready. And I'm sending that down to my team that we ain't gonna show them no mercy. No mercy whatsoever. And we're going to try to come out and show them, just like we really showed them in the first half of the NFC wildcard game, just like we showed them in week 16 last year. Was it week 17 or week 16? Week 16 last year, about the same week, that we were the better team. But defense has to step up and produce and not give it away. And I don't think they will. The Bears will come out hot out the gate, first drive, score. 7-0 Bears. We'll go down, get 3, 7-3. Caleb comes back. He's on fire. 14-3. Bears. They had a field goal. 7-3. We had a touchdown before half. 17-10. Knockout, drag out, third quarter. 3 points apiece. 2013. I say about 8 minutes to go. Or less. Love with a great drive down the field. He'll say finish it off with a good 35-yard bomb to Christian Watson to tie the game. Going crazy. Caleb comes back, get them in field goal range. They go up 23-20. We got about a little bit over 2 minutes to go. Got a couple of timeouts. We get a penalty. We do some bonehead stuff. I gotta make it a little real. You know how we do on special teams sometimes. We do bonehead thing. Now we starting inside the doggone 20-yard line. Gotta put a drive together. I can't tell you exactly how that drive gonna go, but what I do know, that at the end of the day, Love gonna finish it off with a game-winning TD pass, and we gonna win that thing 27-23 in Lambeau, in dramatic fashion. Comeback victory. That's how it's gonna go. At least that's what I think is how it's gonna go. But we'll see. Week 6, Dallas Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. In Lambeau this time. This game will not go how last year went, people. It will not go that way. That game will not go that way at all. It will not go that way. The Dallas Cowboys are the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have talent at quarterback, and they basically have 2 number 1 wide receivers. Running back is, offensive line is okay. Defense is to be determined. I hope they ain't got the defense like they had last year. But with all that being said, I ain't even looked into how many. I know Rashad Gary's over there now. I believe they kept Kenny Clark on. They front will be okay, but they secondary, man, that secondary gonna get ate alive, man. Secondary kind of bad. And I feel like that's where Love gonna shine. Love gonna put on the show. Michael Parsons will return. That's a little spoiler alert because I had that in my back pocket. But I'll go more into detail about that at a later date and time. But I'm going to say Michael Parsons returns for this game right here, Sunday Night Football against the Dallas Cowboys, his former team. And this ain't even close, people. I got a score. I should have put scores down. I'm just going to do select games. All of these games I'm not going to do. I'm not going to bore you with that. But the main game, Dallas Cowboys, I got us winning this thing 31-17, man, in Lambeau. Now, at the Detroit Lions, I said we were going to split with the Lions and we were going to sweep everybody else. I kind of had the same prediction last year because I thought we were going to sweep the Bears and then split with the Lions last year and win both games with Minnesota and Chicago, but it didn't kind of go that way. We split with the Bears and then we split with the Vikings. I really don't count that. It counts, but I don't count it because we had like our second, third string guys out there for week 17, week 18. We had everything locked up, but it is what it is. We lost, no excuse. So we split with them, split with the Bears. This year, I think we're going to split with the Lions. Each team wins their home game. I think we sweep both Minnesota, and yes, we sweep the Bears. I'll get there to that game on Christmas Day in just a second. But Lions will be a loss. The Lions, now I will say I'm counting that as a loss, but this is one of the games that I can very well say may be a win. Lions secondary is a big question mark. They are already coming into training camp with injury. I know Deion Branch. I haven't heard anything else about Deion Branch's injury. Brian Branch, excuse me. My age is showing. I just called him Deion Branch. How many people know who Deion Branch is? Brian Branch. My bad. Brian Branch. Injury, and we all know what happened with Terrion Arnold. So yeah, and I think Cam Sutton is still hurt too. They got a lot of injury. They got a lot of question marks on their defense, man. I think on DJ Reed is the only healthy corner right now besides the draft picks. So depending on how they go, that can very well turn into a dub, man. We got week 8 at the Carolina Panthers. I think the Carolina Panthers are going to be the same team as last year. We played a god-awful game against the Panthers last year, as I know most of y'all know, because we have gotten I know a lot of us have gotten that thrown in our face, that in the Cleveland Brown game thrown in our face all off season. No, it's been thrown in mine, man. I'm so sick of hearing it. I put up a stat about Jordan Love numbers compared to somebody else, and then here comes somebody in the chat talking about you lost to the Browns and the Panthers. That is not the argument, but anyway, the Panthers will be the same team. Like I said, the NFC side weakest in the division. Carolina will be a player for the division, along with a surprise team of mine that I will tell y'all about in just a second when we get to that point. Carolina Panthers are a 9-8 football team, 8-9 football team at best. And, they're a mediocre ball club. Bryce Young, he's better than he was when he first got in the league. I mean, maybe he's kind of like, I don't know, maybe middle of the pack or something. Maybe. I'm not sure. Middle of the pack or I don't want to put him bottom tier because he did improve last year. He improved, but he got a way to go. We'll put it like that. And the Carolina Panthers, I say, are maybe another year or two away from being a true contender. They can get there. They're making steps to get there. But right now, I don't see them having the firepower to deal with us on offense or defense. I mean, last year they ran now. They do have a good two-head monster in that backfield. And if they could control that like they controlled it last year, then and we play god awful like we did, they can come out with a win. But I don't think that repeats itself. I got a dub going for the Panthers. at the New England Patriots. This is one of the games. This is one of the games that scares me. I'll say scared. Scared really is the wrong word, but I will say scares me. Because the New England Patriots, I feel like, are here and they ain't going nowhere. So that's when Drake made so many. Week 9 against the New England Patriots. This scares me because this is a good football team, and historically in Foxborough, I couldn't tell you the last time we won a game in Foxborough. So that in itself, Drake made MVP runner-up last year. He has arrived. Drake May, if you wanted to put a young up-and-coming quarterback on the Madden cover, it should have been Drake May, but that's a different discussion for a different day. Drake May has arrived. He is a good quarterback, a very good quarterback. He has A.J. Brown. He also has former Green Bay Packer Romeo Doubs. I was a true Romeo guy, and I think he's going to be really good over there. They also still have Keyshawn Booty, and so they got some pass catchers, and they had to work on that offensive line a little bit. And I think they addressed, if I'm not mistaken, they addressed that a little bit in free agency. So I think as good as that team is, I can say we can match up with them, but it's just something about playing up there in Foxborough. I just not confident in that game, so I got an L there. We already went over the Vikings. I said we were sweeping them. That's a dub. You already know why. Then we got the bye week. This is where things get interesting right up in here, because we have a bye week, week 11, but we also have a Thanksgiving Eve game against the Rams on a Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which would be, if I'm not mistaken, the 23rd, 24th, somewhere in there. This game in New Orleans is on December the 6th. So that's almost 10. It's like 10, 11 games between these two games, and a whole 2 weeks, a whole bye Sunday, and then the next following Sunday, and then we play that Wednesday. So we got basically 10, 11 games between this game, 10, 11 games between that game. That's going to be significant, I feel like, because around this part of the season is where, it get to the nitty gritty, and you need, you're getting a little banged up. You might need a little rest and everything. So that's going to be significant. But I do have us losing in LA. I know the last time we went to LA, we won. We have not won that many games in LA, whether it be the Rams, the Chargers, whoever, whatever. California is not kind to the Green Bay Packers. It has not been kind to the Green Bay Packers for a very long time. And this team here has improved drastically, and they are the big dogs. They're the ones that everybody is saying that, we're going to win this or whatever. So I got an L there, but I got a strange feeling. The Rams might lose that one. I think we're going to see them again. Later on down the road, far down the road, around the old championship round, but we'll get there when we get there. Week 13 at the New Orleans Saints. I got this one circled because I will be but it ain't a comfortable win. I ain't gonna say that. I say we get the dub. I say it's like 28-24, 28-20, something like that. I believe if and only if Tyler Shook keeps going and improves on what he did the last 7 games last year, if he can improve on that and be a consistent quarterback, Saints can very well win that division. I think it's going to be out of the Saints and the Carolina Panthers in that division. I think Tampa's going to take a step back. Tampa's already going to be in play, but I think Tampa's going to take a step back. In Atlanta, I think they're going to be bringing up the rear. But the Saints have made some good moves. They had a really good draft. You got a really good wide receiver in Jordan Tyson in the draft, so they might be a player to look at on down the line. They about a year or two away. If the quarterback is as good as he was last year and can improve on that. Cause he showed some flashes. He showed some things last year. I watched a lot of their games, of course, because I'm in the New Orleans market. So, and most of our games came on. If our games didn't come on at 12, these guys don't watch it. So that's why. But I think we get the dub in the dome. There's a 12 o'clock game versus Buffalo. This is the game. I have a loss, but let me, I know somebody's saying, Chris, why you got that as a loss? Man, that's a prime time game. We're not going to lose a prime time game. No Buffalo Bills. You know, it's Josh Allen. You know, it's a juggernaut over there. Josh Allen going to make whoever over there better. They went and got DJ Moore to boost up their wide receiver core that was lacking dramatically last year. Josh Allen is Josh Allen. Josh Allen in ESPN poll is the number one quarterback in the league. I probably putting him number one in the league as far as it was last year. You want to say Mahomes, you want to say Burrow, you want to say Lamar. You really ain't no wrong answer in them 4 quarterbacks. But we know we got Josh Allen. I just think this will be one of these games right up in here in the season where it gets kind of tough. I think this is just one we just drop. And I think this will be the only home game we lose all year. This will be the only home game we lose all year against Buffalo. But this could be a win too. I was iffy. Between this game and this Bears game. And I just feel like that we're gonna beat them. We're gonna sweep them again. We're gonna shut these guys here up. Chicago Bears, we're gonna shut you up. And when we shut you up, we don't want to hear nothing else from you when we sweep you. But Buffalo Bills are got as an L. The Dolphins, Jeff Hadley returns. Malik Willis is coming back as a starting quarterback. They rebuilding, man. They starting that thing over, man. It's going to take them a couple of years. I hope that the Dolphins give Hadley and Malik grace. I hope Malik, Hadley anyway. I say Malik too, because I think Malik can be a starting quarterback in this league. And I know Matt LaFleur resurrected the career of him, but I mean, I think Malik Willis is talented. I think it just took a coach to bring it out of him, and I think he can be really successful in the league. I'm rooting for him, man. This is Green Bay. This is Green Bay style, man. John Eric Sullivan taking over as GM. Jeff Hadley, head coach. Malik Willis, quarterback. Man, this Green Bay style, man. So I'm rooting for him, but I ain't rooting for him in week 15. It's gonna be a blowout. It ain't gonna be close. It's going to be cold by this time, week 15, warm weather team coming into Lambeau Field. It's over with, man. Even though they do got the quarterback they played up here the last 2 years. Miami really, they're starting over. They stockpiled draft picks. They traded all their big dogs away. It's basically a rebuild. That's what the Bears, just like I said, we're going to sweep them. And this game on Christmas is going to be embarrassing for the Bears. This game is the game that they're not going to have any shot to even think about winning. Oh, yeah, I'm saying it. They're not going to have a shot to even think about winning on Christmas Day while Bears fans are unwrapping their presents with their kids, while families in town and y'all are getting the good Christmas dinner ready, the Christmas lunch ready, the breakfast, the lunch, the dinner. I think it's at 12, right? It says 7, but that's not right. It's got to be a 12 o'clock game, right? I think that's a 12 o'clock game. It's just don't pay attention to that. Whatever time it's going to be. Y'all ain't going to stand a chance, man. By this time, we are going to be all the way on stride. Everything is going to be clicking, and it's going to be humming like a sewing machine. And by this time, this team, the Chicago Bears, they're going to be in disarray. It's going to be a little disarray because things ain't going to be going like y'all thought they were going to be going. And y'all going to be on the edge of disaster. And we going to be the team to take you there. We going to be the team that rips your heart out and your hopes and dreams of playoffs will be done because you're going to be a fringe playoff team by this time and you're going to need the game to stay in the race and you're not going to get it. You're not going to be close. It's going to be a 17-point victory. It's going to be 34-17 Packers on the road on Christmas Day. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. My present for you Bears fans is an ass whooping on your home turf to put you out of the playoffs. That's how it's going. That's my opinion. I don't know it to be a fact yet because the season ain't started, but that's how it's going. Week 17, that's a dub. Houston, I don't think Houston going to be the same team offensively. Their defense is legit. Legit. No question about it. It's legit. But I don't think their offense is going to be able to hold up. And plus, like I said, another warm weather team late in the year coming in the Lambeau. Not just a warm weather team, an indoor team at that. That's a straight dub right there. Detroit Lions is to be determined. It just depends. This could very well come down to a division on the line type of game. So I wouldn't be surprised if this is a Sunday night football to end the season. But Lambeau Field, just like I said, Detroit wins at home week 7. If it does come down to a division game week 18, you're going to take the dub at home. Both teams split at home. Okay. So that is my prediction for the 2026 NFL season. I have a record of 12 wins, 5 losses. Now, a caveat, just like the Buffalo game, I think we might can win. I could be wrong and we lose that Miami game. That might be, it seems like every year we lose at least one game that you sit back and be like, how the hell did we lose this game? We're way better than this team. How the hell did we lose this game? That could very well be that team because even though I'm saying it's Green Bay South, I mean, you got a quarterback that kind of knows what's going on over here. You got defensive. You got the head coach that was a defensive coordinator that can very well know what kind of offensive schemes, even though I know we're not going to run the same type of deal. It's going to be similar stuff. He might see a look. He might know, it's going to be a chess match. It's going to be just like practice. You know what I'm saying? Just like they did in practice every day. So could the Dolphins come out and pull off a win? If we had a bad game, absolutely. Hell, we can lose to the Jets. Anybody can lose on any given Sunday, but I just don't see it, but I wouldn't be too surprised if that happened, especially late in the season to let us be running and be humming. And then we hit a hiccup like that. But just saying, I doubt it, but I'm just saying, just saying. So my prediction, 12-5, man. Let me know in the comments, man. Let me know, CheeseHead Connection at gmail.com, or you can leave your comments on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, any other social media platform. Just let me know what you think. Let me know what your record is. Like I said, once we get to CheeseHead Connection Unhinged, I'll be going over all that, comments, concerns, questions, record predictions. Just drop them down in the comments. Let me know if you agree with my 12, or if you don't, if you think we're going to win more than 12, let me know why. If you think we're going to win less, let me know why. Now, caveat also, 12-5, but a caveat also is all depends on health. Let me say it one more time. It all depends on health. If we stay healthy, 12-5, maybe even 13-4, because I almost did 13-4. If we ain't healthy, ain't no telling. Might have a season like we had this year, but we're gonna knock on wood and we're gonna hope for help and staying healthy. All key players staying healthy. We're gonna have some injuries, but as long as our key players stay healthy for the most part, we should be fine. We should be A-OK. All right. Now we got that out the way. I want to talk next about Tucker Kraft and the looming contract extension. It's been talks all season about Tucker Kraft and a contract extension. So how much do you think the contract extension will be? How do you think it'll be structured? And is he worth top tier tight end money? We're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we'll dive into that. We'll take a little break and we'll be right back. And we are back. Now, just like I said before the break, we'll be talking about Tucker Kraft and the contract extension. Does he deserve top tier money? How much is too much? How much is too little? Y'all let me know that, give me your comments and concerns about that as well. Just let me know what you think. But myself, I think that Tucker Kraft If you want to reset the market with Tucker Kraft, I would not be mad at that. I would not be mad at that. I would not be mad if you reset the market with Tucker Kraft and what, 20 million? 19 and a half. I think George Kittle is at like 19.1 annually, and that's supposed to be the highest paid right now. Tucker Kraft at 19. I'm cool with that, man. I think he worth it. But ESPN here, as you can see on my screen, ESPN top 10 tight ends from execs, coaches, and scouts. They got Brock Bowers at number 1, Trey McBride number 2, George Kittle number 3, Sam Laporta number 4, Tyler Warren number 5, Tucker Kraft number 6, Colston Loveland number 7, Mark Andrews number 8, Travis Kelce number 9, Kyle Pitts number 10. I have no problem with the list. I have no problem with the order somewhat. I can get Kittle at 3. Laporta, Tyler Warren was a rookie, and he was very, very good last year. He's going to be a dog. And Tyler Warren's going to be a dog. He was very, very good last year. Tyler Warren is going to be a dog. He's going to be a big dog. And Tucker Kraft is also. No Bears fans probably don't like this list because they'll probably feel like Loveland is better than Kraft. I don't feel that way, but anyway. But Mark Andrews, Travis Kelce, top 10. I mean, for longevity, I guess last year, but I get it. It's Travis Kelce. He's gonna be gone pretty soon. Just got married, you know what I mean, and he's gonna be gone pretty soon. So we're not gonna have to worry about Travis Kelce being on this list in a while longer, and then they round it out with Kyle Pitts. They have Tucker Kraft at number 6. This is what we're looking at. Tucker Kraft at number 6. And for him to be number 6 on this top 26 list, where they're only playing in 8 games, well, it's technically 8 games, but it really was, we'll say 8 games because he got hurt against the Panthers that week 9. So, playing in 8 games, 6 touchdowns in 8 games, he was without a doubt in my mind the top tight end through them 8 games. Or if you want to say McBride, cool, but every year has been an uptick for Tucker Kraft. Every single year has been one. And I mean, we've seen upside after upside after upside. You know what I mean? So I don't really have a problem with them giving Tucker Kraft buku money, because it's not only about production, it's about leadership. It's about putting in the work and showing others around you what it takes to be a top 10 QB, a top 10 tight end. It takes that. It takes that work. It takes that dedication. Tucker Kraft has improved every year after year. The 3 years he's been in the league, he has been on the uptick. And he was going to have career highs and break all type of Packer tight end records if he wouldn't have got hurt this past season. We know what Tucker Kraft is, and he's a great leader in the locker room. He leads by example. He works hard and comes in every single day. Ain't nobody got an ill word to say about Tuck. And leadership and being an example of the standard, all that goes a long way. And I think that goes into compensation as well, not just play on the field. In some people, you got some players that that are locker room leaders. Like, if something is going on in the locker room that the coaches don't know nothing about, if something going on and it's some player type issues, Tucker Kraft, Jordan Love, Michael Parsons, Xavier McKinney, these type of guys, they're going to be in there and keep some order and keep everything in check or whatever. But that goes a long way, and you need guys like that in your locker room. You definitely need guys like that in your locker room to control the order, and just be a guy that somebody could look at like, yeah, man, Tuck gonna come in and put in 130% every day. I'm about to come in and try to put in 130 and add an extra 10 to it, because this guy coming in, he's gonna be a motivator by example, and he's gonna be a motivator by talking to these guys. It's a blend of guys. I believe that Tucker Kraft has all the tools in the tool basket to become the best tight end in the NFL. Now, I know they got Brock Bowers number 1, and they got McBride number 2, and I ain't got no argument with it. But when it's all said and done, it's going to be a third tight end in that conversation to talk about who's the best. And it's going to be Tucker Kraft because he got all the tools. He can run all the routes, and he can sit there and make all the blocks that you need. He's a versatile tight end. He's the best of both worlds. He's a damn good blocker and a damn good pass catcher. And that's damn hard to find in today's NFL. You got a lot of tight ends that can run them routes and speed demons and can catch the football, but can't block worth a damn. And Tucker Kraft ain't one of them. And I believe that Tucker Kraft will be the best tight end in the league. And I believe that Tucker Kraft will get, I say, 18 to 20 million per year. Now, the caveat. I know y'all saying, Chris, that somebody might be saying, Chris, that's too much money. That's too much money. He ain't hit 1,000 yards yet. He ain't made a Pro Bowl. He ain't made an All Pro. He ain't played. He played 2 seasons, and they were sub 1,000-yard season. I don't know what we gonna give out all that money. Just calm down. Just calm down and look at the upside. And when you do give them the money, look at the Christian Washington contract. I don't want to get ahead of myself because episode 2 we'll deep dive into that contract and break down that contract and let people know what the real number is. Because on the face it's 110. Let's just say Tucker Kraft gets a 4-year, $80 million. That's 20 per, right? 4 years, $80 million. What if he only get 20 million guaranteed? What if he only get 20 million guaranteed out of the 4 years? I think that's ridiculous. I think he's gonna get more guaranteed money than that. But let's just say they offer him a 4-year, 20 million. 4-year, $80 million, 20 million guaranteed. That's it. 20 million guaranteed. So what is that? Is that a 4-year deal or is that a 1-year deal worth $20 million? It's a 4-year. They got to pay him $20 million every single year for 4 years. What if he get hurt? What if he get that? 4-year, $20 million extension. Tuck's on the contract this year. Is extended out $20 million. So that means next year, the contract kicks in $20 million. Guaranteed. They might get that $20 million in a signing bonus or something. Or give him 31 like they gave Watson. Give him a little extra. 4 years, $80 million. Let's just say they give him $35 million. A $35 million signing bonus. And he don't get nothing else. So that means after 2027, you say he's got all that money. What if he get hurt? If he get hurt, we can get out the contract after a year. Now, I don't think Tucks is... Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Tucks get a structure like that, but I think they going to take care of Tuck just a tad bit more than they did Reed and Watson. Because Tuck got hurt last year, true enough, but before that, he played 2 full seasons, and he improved on both seasons. So, he might get a little bit more leeway. But we just doing hypotheticals here. This is a hypothetical. 4 years, $80 million. 20 guaranteed, let's say $35 million in a signing bonus. So let's say $35 million. You can get out of that contract in 2027. 2027, you can get out that contract. So was it a 4-year deal or was it a 1-year deal? Now, you got flexibility there. The team does. It could be structured like that. It could be. I don't know. It could be. It couldn't be. Maybe not. I'm not sure about that. But what I am sure about is that he's going to get a contract. And I wouldn't be surprised if he get a contract in these next couple of weeks. Either next week right before camp or during camp. Even if it's not in camp, he's going to get a contract. Tucker Kraft is going to get a contract extension. That right there is definitely going to happen. Now, how it's structured is going to be a different story, but he's going to get one. Because Tucker Kraft is the top target on the team. He's the top target. He is. He's the top target. There's no question about that. Watson might be the wide receiver 1, but Tucker Kraft is the top target. He's the security blanket. He's the do-it-all tight end. He can block. He can pass, catch. Hell, I think if you put him at running back, he can probably fullback. He can probably run the ball better than John Kuhn, man. Tuck can do it all, man. Tuck can do it all. So I know that he getting a contract extension. I said 4 years. $76 million. That's 19 per year. That's what I'm going with. Now, I say out of that 76 million, I say, what is this going to be? Maybe about 40 of it guaranteed, 50. I think they're gonna guarantee. I think they're gonna guarantee at least about 2 years of it. Plus this year, so we'll have Tuck at least for the next 3 years before they can even move on from him. And I don't have a problem with it because I don't think Tucker Kraft is gonna be Tucker Kraft and Christian Watson are kind of different. Christian Watson has been injured his pretty much since he's been in the league. Tucker Kraft just got hurt last year, and I think that was just like on some, I don't want to call it a freak accident. It's just like something that's not gonna happen. All the like it wasn't just like no nagging hamstring or nothing like that. It's just like he got hit in the knee in an awkward position and he tore his ACL. Got blocked into him, got his knee. I think that was just an fortunate circumstance, and I don't think that's not nothing that's going to linger on. And I think Tuck is an absolute animal, and you can tell by his workouts if you've been seeing him on X and on Instagram and stuff. He's an animal. So I don't see him being an injury prone player. I don't see him as a question mark of can he stay healthy? Will he be able to stay healthy? I don't see that with Tucker Kraft. The jury's still out on Christian Watson, even though I don't feel like that with Christian Watson. Not from what I saw the last half of last year when he came back off the ACL. I think they got that little problem fixed. And if he can, we still have to say if he can, because we haven't seen it a full season. Like we've seen Tucker Kraft 2 full seasons. If Watson can stay healthy, man, y'all better watch out with him. But like I said, that's for episode 2. But yeah, Tucker Kraft, man, 4 years, $76 million, man. I do believe that's how much he's going to get. What do you think? What do you think that Tucker Kraft is going to get? Is he going to get in the ballpark of George Kittle and Kyle Pitts? Kyle Pitts just got $18 million a year. George Kittle makes 19. Do you think he reset the market? Do you think he get more than 18, less than 18? Let me know in the comments, YouTube comments, any social media comments. You can also shoot me an email at CheeseHeadConnection@gmail.com. Let me know there. Let me know what you think about that. I say 19. Do you agree or disagree? We'll take another break right here, man. And when we come back, we are going to dive into our quarterback, Jordan Love. And do you think he can have an MVP season? I do. I believe so. But, he has critics. Everybody's doubting him. But I'm going to show you a little bit of why I feel like he can make that MVP jump and how he can put his critics to bed. All right, we are back. And now we will be talking about our very own quarterback, Jordan Love, and why I believe he's going to be the 2026 NFL MVP this season. Now, for those of you who know Packernet Podcast Network, Packernet After Dark, call-in show. I call in all the time. Shout out to the Packernet Podcast. Shout out to Ryan Schlip. He was an inspiration for me to start this podcast. So I know a few people probably came from over there to over here, and I do appreciate it. So they'll know what I'm talking about. But for those of you who are brand new, I have literally called in and said back in May the 9th, actually, that I was calling Jordan Love to be your 2026 NFL MVP. Why do I feel like that? Because I feel like 2025 was a very, very good year, very efficient year for Love. And Love deserves to be mentioned in the top echelon of the quarterbacks. But for some reason, the narrative is that he's not a good quarterback. So I'm not sure where that's coming from. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the success we done had over the past 30 plus years with quarterbacks. Love being the third quarterback in a 30, 35 year span. So maybe it's just people are getting tired of just talking about Green Bay having good quarterbacks or something, but Jordan Love deserves to be in that conversation. Just last year, Jordan Love had an 88.5 PFF grade. That was ranked 5th overall in the league. Had an 88.7 passing grade. That was ranked 3rd overall in the league. Okay, those are PFF grades. I guess I can hear the Bears fans in the back saying, why do Packer fans always go to PFF and advanced metric grades? It all goes hand in hand, people. It all goes hand in hand. But the QBR, 72.5. That was top 5. Quarterback rating. Did I do passer rating? Passer rating was 101.2. That was top 5. Yes, Jordan Love only had 3,381 yards, 23 touchdowns, only 6 interceptions. The 23 touchdowns, kind of low. Got banged up a little bit at the end of the year. Missed the last 3 games. Really missed the last 2 games, and we sat everybody for week 18 against the Minnesota Vikings. You know, second and third string played that game. But I mean, in 15 games, 3,381 yards. Yeah, it seems like it's not a significantly low number of yards for those amount of games. I think as a whole, the NFL with passing yards has been down the last couple of years. It's been an emergence of running backs, of the running back room. And I just feel like that has played a role in the numbers, not just for Love, but for all quarterbacks going down. I can remember 5-6 years ago where quarterbacks were throwing for 4,500 easy, but the volumes was so everybody was passing the ball so much because defenses was playing these single high safety looks, and then once the passing yards got up, it seemed like everybody started going from 1 high to 2 high safeties and playing these shell looks and playing 2 high safeties. I mean, and then it just got to the point of, well, okay, if y'all are gonna play light bosses, let's run the football. But a lot of teams were doing running back by committee at this time. So, I mean, the running back by committee was okay for the most part to get a little production because the majority of the teams their main focus was passing. But it seemed like once the bosses got light and you had your Derrick Henrys, you had your Saquon Barkley, you had running backs that were back emerging, and now it seems like teams are starting to look for that premier back, that every down back again, and the rushing numbers are up. As you can tell by the running back market, you know, running backs are getting paid. I won't say way more than what they were getting about 5 years ago. It's a significant difference between 5 years ago what top running backs were getting paid and now. I mean, they're still not breaking the bank to me, in my opinion, but I mean, they get more and they're valued more now. Like the running back market was not valued, I don't want to say at all, but it was down in necessity. It was like, if we can get us 2 decent running backs or 3 decent running backs and rotate them around, we'll be fine. As long as we got the pass catchers, as long as we got the quarterback and everything else. But I said that to say, with the injuries, missing the 3 games, with the concussion and the low volume that he had, that's kind of, you know, comes with the low yardage. Low volume, low yardage. High volume, high yardage. Most of the time. Sometimes you can have low to medium volume, depending on the completion percentage, and have high yardage. But, you know, majority of the time, if you're going to have a low volume, you're going to have a low yardage. But it's really crazy. And like I said, I don't want to deep dive all the way into it because I just want to make the case for Love to be the NFL MVP this year. But it's crazy to me, the hate that the man gets. It's just baffling. It is just baffling. You got one quarterback that's top 5 in all types of metrics. I mean, look, you got 5.9% big time throw rate. That was fifth in the NFL. The turnover worthy play rate of 2.6. That was top 10. That was number 8. You know what I'm saying? EPA per play. You know what I'm saying? 0.24. Number 1 in the league. Number 1 in the league. EPA per play. Number 1 in the league against cover 0, cover 1 blitz packages. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves, man. It's a lot of numbers that he is top 5 in, and most numbers he's top 10 in, and the lowest numbers. Let me pull this up real quick, and I'll share my screen with you and show you, because this is the part where I went looking for the lowest metrics and the lowest stats that Love had this year. The lowest stats and metrics to see what he can improve on, because everybody needs improvement, right? Everybody has to improve. Every quarterback in the league, from Josh Allen all the way down to Shedeur Sanders, everybody needs to improve something in their game to make their game better, right? So I kind of went around and tried to search, got a tool to kind of help me out. Hey, can you find me the lowest stats and lowest metrics of Jordan Love's 2025 season? And the only thing that I could come up with, give me 1 second here. Okay. All right. And this is what I came up with right here. It's the you can get in three extra games. So if he stays upright and stays healthy the whole season, which pretty much Love was healthy the whole season, it was a controversial hit. I'll say that is a controversial hit. I'm not going to use the D word right now. Not yet. So we'll just say controversial. It was a controversial hit in that week 16 matchup against Chicago. That knocked them out for the rest of that game and the Baltimore game. And like we said, everybody sat for the Minnesota game. So I feel like if he stays healthy like he was majority of 2025, barring any type of mishaps, and plays a full 17-game season, Jordan Love, this will be I would say, if it was 439 pass attempts, I'm going to say it's going to be 550, maybe almost 600. I'll say about 100 to 125 more pass attempts, 100 to 150 more pass attempts. All this goes up. These yards this year, if he plays a full 17 games, 4,000 yards easy, 4,000 plus easy. I think Matt LaFleur, I know that he said that he was going to do like a day one install type deal. I don't necessarily take it as they're going to start over from scratch and scratch the whole offense and just build a whole entirely new offense. I think when he said that, and it's just my opinion, I don't know. I'm not an insider. I'm just a guy like y'all that loves the Green Bay Packers and love to talk football, man. I don't have no inside trick on anything. So, I mean, in my opinion, I just feel like I think they're just going to get back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? Just back to the basics. Back to what they were doing in 2023 and when they first got on and Jordan caught fire in the second half of the year, things that they were doing. And I really think Matt will have full trust in Jordan to just command and run that offense like he does. He already has pretty much full control. He's been on numerous podcasts talking about, you have the 2 plays that you call in the huddle, and if you don't like it, you can check anything else. I would dare say, I think Jordan knows the playbook enough where he can check to whatever, I mean, like on some Aaron Rodgers type deal or a Peyton Manning type deal, or, I think he would have reign to do whatever he feel like he need to do in the moment if the play breaks down. Now, if the play that's called is a good play and he sees the matchup, of course he's gonna go with the play. But if he sees something that he don't like, or he might attack this year, barring that everyone stays healthy, I have to throw that caveat in because we still have some unknowns. And I think that played a little role last year too, now that I'm talking about it. I mean, your number one receiver besides position. And we're not saying wide receiver, just receiver, period. Tucker Kraft goes down halfway through the season. Your number one wide receiver didn't come back until the second half of the year. One of your best wide receivers over the past couple of years, Jaden Reed, he was gone week 2 and didn't come back till later on in the season. It was a lot of interest. Like, it was like a lot that went into it. And we might have kind of leaned on Josh Jacobs a little bit. And he was banged up also. So it was just like injury after injury. So, to do what we really did last year before that collapse is really a testament to the quarterback, to the coach, to the team in general, but definitely to the quarterback, because you don't have any of your top targets, and you still are able to put up top 5 numbers in metrics. I mean, and that in itself should tell you something. That in itself should say, okay, this guy didn't have his number one top tight end, his top target, period. He didn't have his number one wide receiver. He didn't have his slot guy. Some people think that was the best receiver in the past 2 years. He didn't have him either. I mean, we're down to the rookie. We're down to a couple of rookies. A 5th string wide receiver that we moved the cornerback because we needed a roster spot for him, and we're still producing. We haven't seen, and that's another thing, we have not really seen this offense in full strength. We have not seen this offense in full strength. I can go ahead and get this off the screen. I apologize about that. I got the rambling and forgot it was up here. But we haven't seen this offense in full strength yet. You can really say we haven't seen this offense in full strength in about 2 to 3 years, because Watson's been in and out. Tuck was here. Reed was strong his rookie year. He missed a couple of games second year. Watson came back. Watson was good until he had some hamstring issue. Then it looked like he was solid. Then he tore his AC. Reed was back. Now Reed starting the season off. Watson's on the shelf with an ACL. Then Reed gets hurt. Kraft's there. He's balling. He come back week 8. Watson getting ready to come back. Tuck goes down. It's just like we have not seen Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson, Jaden Reed on the field at the same time in a while. And now everybody should be healthy. Everybody should be back for week 1. Tuck will be back for week 1. Christian Watson looks like he's 100% healthy. The hamstring issues or the that they had going on ever since he went down there and they had that treatment in Madison, it seemed like he been a totally different player. Jaden Reed is back. Jaden Reed should be 100%. We should be fine. And as long as it can stay that way for the most part, I know it's not going to be 100% because no NFL player will be 100% for the for the whole season. But if we can stay healthy enough for no games to be missed, and all those guys I just mentioned stay in the fold with Jordan Love, with an X factor like Savion Williams that might take a step, Matthew Golden, man, this offense, man, boy, this off, man. If that don't scream top 5 offense in the league, and they ain't 5, I'm just saying. But yeah, man, all the weapons there. Love is very, very comfortable in this offense. Probably knows this offense in and out. He's been in this offense pretty much he's been in the offense his whole career, but he's been starting now. This is going to be his 4th year starting. I mean, he's been running this offense on the scout team. He's been He's been trained in this offense. This is what he know. Like he knows it like the back of his hand. You feel me? So I mean, all the signs are there. All the signs are there on top of all the PFL performance, top five and all the measures that we name. I don't want to go back through them. And most of the time, quarterbacks, especially good quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, get better and better and better. Yeah, every now and then, injury riddle season, you might fall down just a little bit, but as soon as you get healthy, you just kick right back up. And it seems like Love was battling injuries in 24, and he still had a very good season. And 25, he was healthy for the most part, got knocked out with a concussion, had an even better year. Now he's healthy again, another year in this system. You feel me? Up, up. That's what I'm saying. Let's go up. And I think the next step, because despite what the media says, despite what the media says, Jordan Love, if you don't want to put him in the top 5, I ain't gonna argue with you. But ain't no way that you can leave him out the top 10. So I'm speaking. You have a top 10 quarterback that is on an uptick. You have stability. You don't have to learn a new offense this off season. He ain't got a new offensive coordinator coming in with a new playbook. He ain't got new weapons coming in. Yeah, he lost a couple of guys, but the main guys are still here, comfortable with him. He know them. You know what I'm saying? Get the continuity together. I mean, all signs point to a absolute monster of a season for Jordan Love. And you know what the main factor that's going to be had with that? You know what the main factor is going to drive Jordan Love, I feel like? All this. Everybody doing this. I mean, I know we probably think they say, oh, you got to block out the noise. Players don't listen to this and listen to that. Ain't no way in the world that no player don't hear the noise. It's too much in front of you. You got I got my camera up here. It's my phone. You got a phone. You got a laptop. You got the TV. You got. I mean, it's too many ways not to know. You can you can walk somewhere, walking down the street, somebody and overhear somebody radio, and it's probably got Jordan Love is an inconsistent quarterback. Jordan Love cannot handle pressure very well. Jordan Love needs to work. He needs to work on this, needs to work on that. He's not this, he's not that. Man, players hear that, man. And then you can turn that into fuel and fire everybody up and prove everybody wrong. And Love has all the tools. The accuracy is there. 76-point completion percentage over expected. You know what I'm saying? 66.3 completion percentage. And I think that would improve. That was 11th. That was, yes, 66.3. That was 11th in the NFL. I feel like that can improve. That's pretty decent, but that can improve. That can be a place that he can jump into the top 10 is completion percentage. But some people think completion percentage don't matter, but that's a different discussion for a different day. But I feel like Love has all the tools and has everything he needs within him and the supporting cast around him and the trust of the head coach. Everything is in play. Everything is in play with Jordan Love to be the 2026 MVP. Jordan Love has all the tools in the toolbox to be the MVP, as I just stated. But caveat, the only concern I have that might derail that, the only concern, and it ain't got nothing to do with Jordan Love, how he passes the ball, the accuracy, or none of that. You know what will be the underlining factor, if anything, Besides health, that is. Health is the number one factor. The second factor is the offensive line. The offensive line has to play better. The offensive line, except for Zach Tom. The offensive line needs to play better, excluding Zach Tom. Zach Tom just needs to stay healthy. But the rest of these guys, y'all got to tighten up. We got to figure out. We don't know about what Jordan Morgan is going to be like at left tackle. It looked promising last year in training camp. Then they had all the injuries, and then they started shuffling everybody around and everything. Anthony Belton, he was better than Morgan at right guard, but that's not saying much. Maybe with a full training camp, full off season, if they just keep him right there at right guard and let him focus on being the best right guard he can be, that might can be something. Or we might have a surprise competition here with a young rookie coming in from Kentucky that might can compete for that position. Maybe we'll just have to wait and see to when training camp starts. But Mr. $24 million have to step up. And I'm talking about Aaron Banks. He gonna have to step up, man. You getting paid like a top offensive lineman. I ain't gonna say like top, but you get some money, bro. You getting a couple of dollars. You getting a couple of dollars. You need to earn them dollars, man. And you can't earn them dollars not on the field, man. And when you was on the field last year, it wasn't too tight. And I know we got Sean Ryan at center. Sean Ryan is Sean Ryan. I think, right guard, center, he swing. You can put him at right guard or center. So, right now, he's our starting center. It is what it is. If you're going to be the center, just focus on being the best center that you can be. Sean Ryan is one of the ones, he's not god awful, but he's not really good at the same time, in my opinion. He's kind of like one of those guys, like, if you need him to fill in, okay, but it's just like, please hurry up and find a replacement. That's just me, man. They gave him the contract, $11 million. It's really basically a 1-year deal. I really don't have no problem with it. I definitely would have been okay with it if he would have been like he was last year as a backup swing man, that he can come in and play guard or come in and play center while somebody being injured. Him as my starter, I'm kind of apprehensive on that. But who knows? He might feel comfortable at center, play majority of the year because Elton got hurt. Well, I think Elton and Tuck got hurt in the same game, if I'm not mistaken. So it was pretty much half the year or a little bit more than half. So he should, with a whole off season at center, maybe he can step up and be a better center also. Hopefully he can, but that is to be determined. But the offensive line is going to be a key factor, which everybody, all football fans know the offensive line is a key factor. But they're definitely going to be a key factor if Love can get the maximum numbers that he is able to get. If he can get time in the pocket and don't have to move around and getting out the way because one side of the line is breaking down. That was kind of a problem last year. It was, especially with Zach Tom out, and it was just like one side of the line was breaking down. Folks coming up the middle, coming up the gut on them real quick. Can't have that, man. We gotta have better offensive line play. That plays a key role in what's going on. But basically, man, I do believe Jordan Love is a top 5 quarterback, in my opinion. He's definitely top 10. We can argue top 5 all day. It is what it is. You got it. But I think he will be healthy this year. And this is all my opinion. He will be healthy this year. He will have 4,500 plus yards this year. And he would do enough to win the NFL MVP, 30 plus touchdowns, single digit picks, all the numbers all the regular stats that's everybody, Bears fans and almost, I ain't gonna say everybody. I know Bears fans for sure, but if you If you throw an advanced metric at a Bears fan, they gonna call you a box score watcher, which I don't understand how I'm a box score watcher if I'm giving you a PFF grade. A box score, I can go on ESPN and go to the little score and just see that's the regular stats, but that's neither here nor there. Yeah, I had a Bears fan on TikTok call me a box score watcher because I was throwing out grades at him. In my video, I was called a box score watcher, but I'll be a box score watcher. It is what it is. We gotta go off something. But only time will tell with that. Like I said, him under pressure, that can be something that can be improved. I know he was good against the blitz, but just the overall pressure, that was kind of a low grade also. So just work, and the pressure that comes from the offensive line play. So the offensive line play gets better. The pressure rate, the under pressure grade will go up because it wouldn't be like under the wrist all the time. But yeah, man, that is pretty much my take on that, man. I want to save some because, like y'all know, it's been a lot of unnecessary chatter. We'll go there. We'll do that. It's been a lot of unnecessary chatter here in the last, I say, couple of months, about a month and a half. It's amplified with all these top 10 lists coming out, top 100 lists. If you stay tuned for CheeseHead Connection Unhinged, I will really deep dive into this. CheeseHead Connection Unhinged. That episode will be out shortly after this one. But for now, I think I know I ran over my time. I was trying to keep it in within an hour, and I know I went over a little bit. But hopefully y'all still with me. And if y'all are, I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please share the word. The CheeseHead Connection podcast is here. You can watch it on YouTube. You can listen to it on Spotify, Apple Podcast, wherever you get your podcast. And this concludes the CheeseHead Connection podcast. I appreciate everyone that is listening to the sound of my voice and watching my somewhat handsome face, I guess. Or you might think I'm ugly. That's fine too. Sometimes I think I'm ugly too. Appreciate everybody watching, man. You can find this on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to your podcast. I'm on YouTube, youtube.com. At CheeseHead Connection, man. TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all CheeseHead Connection. Type in CheeseHead Connection, capital C, capital H, one word, and you will find me. Share the word, man. And I'm coming back with the CheeseHead Connection podcast. We're going to have these starting off now on Mondays and Fridays. That's going to be the original time. This one might be a little bit off because I wanted to get this one out here. But look for these episodes on every Monday and every Friday. And I have my second podcast, CheeseHead Connection Unhinged. Those will be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So be on the lookout for those, man. I appreciate everybody joining me today. Appreciate the love and support. Share the word. The CheeseHead Connection is here, where we connect Packer fans all across the land. Until next time, this is your host, me, myself, and I, Chris Wilson, signing out. Peace. Nah.